good morning, chocolate muffins. 'Tis I, Sari of Sari Got Game, and I have some good news to deliver upon you this fine Monday, November the 17th. Yes, I should know this. My birthday's tomorrow. Turns out, Vidcon 2015 might not suck. Oh, I'm so excited. What am I talking about? Well, I just got an email in my email. I got an email in my email. Yeah, that makes sense. From Vidcon, and first I will read it to you, and then I will discuss what I believe this email means about the possibility of next year's Vidcon. Hopefully good things. So, it begins. Hello! So as a thank you for filling out our survey, we wanted you to be among the first to know that Vidcon is indeed happening again. Was there ever a question that it would? It's happening in Anaheim on July 23rd to 25th, blah blah blah, register now, blah 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 blah. But if you just blindly click on that link, though, you'll miss the rest of this very excellent email that we worked really hard on, so we'll try not to take it personally. Here are a few things to know about Vidcon 2015, conveniently categorized, so that you don't have to read all of these words. But boy, would you read part of it and not the whole thing? It's kind of silly. 1! This is the biggest news. Vidcon's 3 tracks. Yes, they heard our cries and they finally came out with a sort of in-between Yes, they heard our cries and our pleas, and it seems that they finally installed a sort of middle track, the one that's between fangirl and elder god. But as they say in their email, online video is diverse, so VidCon has to be as well. In order to provide the best experience to the most people, we're having 3 tracks at VidCon this year. The first one, you know, the one that's been there, community, aka 90% chance you're a fangirl, which is fine. But, you know, just let's be honest here. If you're gonna wait 14 hours in a signing line for, that's a lot of dedication. AKA you're a hardcore fan who's probably a girl. That's all I'm saying. Okay, calm down. Back to the email. Community. For people interested in online video, its creators, and its culture. Wrong. It's Q&As, serious discussions, concerts, live podcasts, expo parties. Not the cool parties, but you know, the here consolation prize parties. VidCon prom, which can be pretty fun, movie nights, meetups, festival, and more. And as they don't say in the email, lots and lots of lines. So if you're coming from really far out, you know, like across the world kind of far out, keep in mind that if this is going to be your first VidCon 2015, you need to plan for that. You need to plan for a lot of lines, and you need to plan for a lot of waiting around and having to get up at the crack of dawn if you really want to go to these famous YouTuber events. But there's community. They already had that. And then the new one, the middle one, which I'm just so freaking excited about. Oh my god. Creator. Aptly titled, I think, because that's what a lot of us fall in between. We're not elder gods of the YouTube world, but we create. Creator, for those who create, want to create, or are obsessed with the creation. More focused on content and strategy than personality, the Creator track provides access to a ton of panels, networking, and workshops, as well as all community activities, except for signings and photos. I will get back to that after I finish reading this description. And then there's the last one, industry, which, you know, I considered getting before, but I didn't because industry is $450, which is a lot of freaking money if you're just, you know, a single person who makes videos, not exactly in their spare time, but, you know, who just doesn't have an entire giant network and everything behind them giving them money to make videos. If you don't have that, $450 just for the ticket alone, not even counting travel and hotels and stuff, it's a lot of money. But anyway, industry. For members of the industry that enables content creation, people who work for production companies, networks, channels, media companies, agencies, management, software tools, platforms, brands, advertisers, or investment firms attend the industry track to discuss online video and how it is rapidly and vitally changing the media landscape. Industry passes give access to all VidCon content, as well as industry. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you get access to everything with industry. It's not quite the special guest pass. You know, you don't get to like breeze past all the lines, but it obviously, you know, the average fangirl is not going to be able to afford that, or rather their parents are going to be like, what, you want to spend that much money just to wait in line 14 hours to get a signature of some dude I've never seen? No, honey, no. We'll get the community one, and we'll fly across the country so you can oogle them from afar, but I'm sorry, $450, that's too much. I would like to go to industry. but I'm probably not gonna be able to afford that because I'm poor. But anyway, I'd like to return back to the in bold line in the creator space part where it says except for signings and photos. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to read that and be like, what? Why would I pay that much money and not have access to the signings and photos? Let us revisit the name of this track, Creator. Now, obviously, a big part of being a creator on YouTube, or for many people, is collaboration. It's meeting other YouTubers and networking, stuff like that. But if you're under the illusion that waiting in line at a signing panel or photo booth is going to give you the opportunity to become best friends with your favorite YouTuber and like make videos with them, no. Let me break it to you. No, that's not going to happen. Maybe there's like a 1 in a million chance that just something will spark. You'll have 5 seconds together and they'll go, hey, you're a really awesome person. Let's hang out after everything. I'll give you my phone number, blah, blah, blah. But that's just really unlikely to happen. Even if they do feel like they have a good connection with you, which I'm sorry, you're going to be like one in a line of thousands of people. They're barely going to remember you, if at all. They're not going to do that in front of everybody else, because when you're waiting in these lines, there's people behind you, there's people on the side of you. And I mean, most YouTube creators, they're nice people. They don't want to like take you or just one person and be like, you're special, here's my phone number, right in front of all these other people, which by proxy is saying you're not special. They're not going to do that. So if you want to make connections with YouTubers, it's not going to be at signings and photo booths. The only times that I have ever been able to make connections with other YouTubers at events like this is through repeated exposure, and honestly, it's just luck. Unfortunately, the Hilton lobby, as it says further down into this email, which I haven't read yet, but hotels. The VidCon Hilton room block is only open to industry attendees, but there are a ton of great hotels around, blah, 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 Now, I'm not sure if room block means the actual floors with the rooms, because if that's the case, absolutely. People who don't have a room up there should not be up there. That's creepy and weird. But I'm having the feeling it's probably going to be the same thing as this year, where the lobby was just cut off, which kind of strange to me anyway, because there's a bar there. You shouldn't be letting under 21-year-olds in there anyway. But I have the feeling that means if you're not staying at the Hilton, you're not going to be able to get in there. And that really sucks, because as I've said in previous videos I've made about VidCon, that was really the only time I got to know some of the people that I got to know, was by seeing them in a semi-casual environment, when the actual convention was done for the day. And it's it's difficult because as VidCon gets more and more people going to it, and a much younger audience who again shouldn't even be in the bar area in the first place, but they aren't as experienced in the ways of the world, and obviously there's plenty of people who are past the teenage years who still make the same mistakes, but they don't really understand how to read social cues. They don't understand, the difference between having a conversation with someone and overwhelming them. Not to mention, even if you're the nicest person in the world, there's a lot of people just like you that want to talk to these few hollowed individuals of the YouTube gods, and it's a rough situation. There are tons of videos already out there about the whole gap that just keeps getting wider and wider between YouTube creators and fangirls, or, the people who watch their videos, whatever you want to call them, us. There's the problem. And it's a difficult problem. Realistically, there are a lot of questions about how can we make it so that, I'm rambling, but whatever, how can we make it so that the people attending VidCon, like me, who, I want to meet other YouTubers, some of them even famous, although I'm happy to meet other people who are, nobodies like me, and air quotes, notice, because fame is an illusion. But at the same time, everybody thinks that they're mature, everybody thinks that they're, well, not necessarily thinks that they're good at talking, but nobody wants to think, I'm the kind of person that rules are put in place to prevent me from making that kind of fumble. Nobody wants to say I'm a fangirl, I'm a screaming, like I'm not the type of person to chase after somebody. Whatever. You understand, there's a big divide, blah blah blah. This is just a whatever video that I'm just banging out on my lunch break. I'm sorry. But I really wanted to put this video out though, because I really am happy that VidCon seems to be responding at least a little bit to all of the grievances that a lot of us have expressed with this past year. You know, I've gone to 2 years of VidCon, and the one last year had its problems, but on the whole, I still found it satisfying. I was still allowed in the Hilton at that point. I got to talk to a lot of the YouTubers that I've always admired. I got to, I like to think I got to have casual conversations with them and get to know them. I mean, I don't even remember that much of the 2 years ago, but I do remember that I talked to Cater17, one of the oldest channels I've ever watched. I talked to her for hours about video games and cat videos and just like stupid stuff, whatever, and I enjoyed it, and it seemed like she enjoyed it too. That was beautiful. Unfortunately, days like that probably aren't going to happen anymore unless they invite me, and for them to invite someone they don't know that well, it's not very likely to happen, and I accept that. That's why this, well, I say this year, and I mean 2015, the next VidCon I go to, if I see YouTubers I recognize, great, whatever. Be like, hey, especially if I've seen them before, like the SourceFed guys guys and girls who I talked to quite a bit at the last VidCon. If I see them, you know, great, hey, how you doing? But my focus is 100% going to be about making connections with people who are on my level. You know, people that have some experience making videos but still have a lot to learn. You know, those of us who are eager to collaborate with each other and aren't just chasing after the YouTube gods. Those of us who love video making for video making, not just dreams of being Mad Boss famous, as Ben Cook likes to say in his Becoming YouTube series. And so if you're going to VidCon 2015 for about the same reasons as I am, then I really hope you say hi if you see me, and maybe we can talk about collaborating, and that would be awesome. I'll have more videos about my plans for VidCon and if I'm going to be cosplaying or not, stuff like that, closer to VidCon. It's not, like I said, it's not until July 23rd to 25th of next year, so I'm probably not even going to be able to get my ticket until like a couple weeks from now because Christmas, money, blah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to VidCon, and I'm going to start hunting for a hotel room. And you know what? I'm just going to aim to stay at the Hilton. I know it's going to be really expensive and I'll probably have to share a room with like 17 other people, but I want to be able to go into the bar and I want to be able to talk to the other YouTubers, and if I can't go in there, as I'm expecting I won't be able to, then that's going to make it a lot harder to network. But if it happens, I'll just do the best I can. And hopefully they'll have better treatment of lines as well, because that was another major problem. But I'm just, yeah, final note, I'm just really happy that VidCon made this middle one. I don't have it doesn't say the prices in the email, so I'm gonna look into that. I'm assuming that creators probably somewhere between the $50 to $450 that the community and industry pass is. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna get it and see if it solves some of our problems of not even being able to get into panels that talk about how to improve your channel because they put some famous British YouTuber on it and the panel was full of girls who were there asking them the color of their underwear and what they look for in a girlfriend. I would like it if that didn't happen again. Yep. Despite all evidence, I'm actually quite happy. I know this video sounds kind of bitter and ranty, but I'm happy and excited. So good job, VidCon, and I hope that you continue this trend to try to bridge the gap that just keeps widening between creators and fans, because there really is no gap unless we make one. There is no gap. We're all in it for the same, not the same reasons, but we all share the same interests and the same motivations and stuff. So let's keep up the effort to bridge that gap. Okay, I gotta go back to work. Bye.